Hello everybody and welcome back to Capitalism Simulator, or rather the Pre-Sequel. Let's not waste any time and get to it.
This used to be Sarpedon's own ship, you know, before she got promoted, I mean. They say it went down before the cracking happened. Imagine that. Crash, bang! Oh, would have been something to see.
John, I want an update on the Helios situation. Sir, I've got my best people working on a way to retake the station.
That's the Hyperion CEO. Is he as much of a bottle and glass arse as I hear?
Who the hell is that? That is the 10-year-old boy we hired to help us. You're fired, John.
Ah, Christ, that always makes me laugh. Just the deadpan reactions, like, fuck, you're fired. Just like, you're trusting a kid to do this? Okay, you're fired, John. Okay, let me just recall. Increase the fire rate, the bonus there, how many bullets in the curry. Upgrade the bonus. Okay, we're increasing our fire rate. By God, our fire rate's gonna reach the fucking skies, you'll see. Increase the compound interest and kablooey! Hey, how dare you not be shattered. Reload, then need to end them before. Okay. Trying to kung fu kick me. Ain't gonna happen, sorry. You forgot to eat your vitamins. Because in vitamins, nobody can hear you get nutrition or nutrited or stuff like that. Okay, that joke was dead in the water, I admit. I legit like this part of the game. Just like entering in a dungeon. I mean, this is pretty much what it is. Because like this crash ship, I really think that the pre-sequel really has some worth that people don't really give it that much. Remember, just shoot them once and let the compound interest build. Come on. Come on, hit them! There we go. And then, there we go. There we go. Change it, change it. There we go. You just shot the enemy only once. Why did you do that, Hank? Well, it's an investment. It's all about investing. You need to invest each cent of damage into the enemy, and not a single penny left behind. Okay, what's this? Gunfire rate? I don't think so. I really need to invest more in.
Dare you board my vessel after all my polite warnings? Prepare to die horribly.
Oh, at least he specified that it's gonna be horrible. Because I thought that he was gonna like tickle me to death, and that would be, you know, relatively pleasant, you know. But you know, he said it's gonna be a slow death, so at least he specified. It's important. You need to specify. I wouldn't mind if the enemy just tried like to tickle me to death. Swapping for some good old fire rate and kablooey. All the other kids better bump the kids, better run around my interest. Christ, that was awful, I'm sorry. Parkour.
So! Welcome to the money zone!
The money zone. I wanna go into the money zone. Win big. Win all the trophies. Including the participation trophies. But don't accept them too much, you don't wanna have a perception view of reality. You know, it's funny. Even back in the older days, before the internet wasn't relatively old, it's so bizarre to think that we now live in a world where the internet is such a kind of expected thing. I do know it's this way because people aren't constantly trying to get rid of the internet. They're trying to control it now, but not get rid of it. It's very bizarre. But we have practically reached a point where the internet isn't like this new thing anymore.
I'm the captain of this vessel, and you, squalid looter, will soon face my wrath. Actually, as I've just blocked the path to my wrath, you'll face my men's wrath instead. My girlfriend and I will enjoy watching you from the safety of the captain's chamber. Won't we, my luscious snuggle bunny? Yep. We've talked about this, my love. You're to address me as baby or my dear, especially in front of the others. Of course, my dear Bosie. Mateys, attack!
Well, here it goes. Now change it for the compound interest.
Broker, guys. Man, I'm good.
Damn, I'm good.
Hey there, sorry about all that. Look, I'm not really with Captain Arscrack here. To prove it, I'll pop the door for you. If you want that force field down, you need to go to the engine room. All right, lady, but I'm watching you. Listen, the bosun's pretty much holding me prisoner and making me do things for his entertainment, but you're here and you look like the rescuing type. They're a flipping vault hunter, so they're more the arse-kicking type.
Yes, we are.
Kind of the same thing in my book.
I'm sorry, I'm here for the military AI.
Oh.
Perfect. I know exactly where you can get an excellent military AI. Just come find me. First, I'll have to show you how to shut down the bosun's
What
barrier.
a coincidence.
Reckon she's onto something.
Cool.
This'll be fine, surely.
Great. I'll try to help along the way where possible, but I can't let the bosun know we're working together. So, sorry in advance for anything I have to do. I'll be in touch when you get to the engine room.
There we go. You can give me a lot of money, lady. That's actually gonna make me rather powerful. It doesn't have to be huge amounts. Just 1 penny just increases the stack. Man, imagine how fucking indestructible, how fucking fatal you will be when you have like 99.9 stacks.
I'm sorry about this, but I'm going to have to defend the engine room for the bosun, and these old dial sounds are tough.
No, not my money! Ah, my money! Okay, cover. I almost forget I have the Digijacks. What am I doing?
Back up! And the world just got 25%
Oh shit!
I did tell you they were tough.
No, there weren't. But it's okay. It's okay, Skipper. I forgive you. At least you warned me they were tough. They personally weren't for me, but you know, it's fine. I know, voice inside my helmet that's informing me of my impending demise. Speaking about space, let's talk about a space franchise that has been deflowered in the last few years. Let's talk about Star Wars. Oh yes, guys, we're going there. And I'm not sure that since when complaining about Star Wars has become this taboo subject. I remember there was a time where we could complain about this series how much we wanted. I guess the only difference that, you know, back then Star Wars was owned by a company that wouldn't use their endless stacks of cash, ironic I know, to bully and harass you on social media and even on real life too.
Money is power.
Yes it is. Yes it is. You can buy franchises and then destroy them and then say the people who didn't like them are horrible people. Sure.
Oh, I just came into some money.
Air reserves at 50%.
Oh, get your peepers on that! Hello there, shiny converter. Fancy meeting you here.
Don't take that, kid. It's not yours.
What? Stop him, my fluffy koalanid! The tiny thieving rat! Crush him! Burn him!
Calm down, dear. I'm doing my best.
Let's
Actually, I'm not. This is fun.
bloody hell.
Yeah, being a double spy. Playing both sides is awesome. Come on, asshole.
Money is power. I ain't done yet.
Crash. Fatality. Or coldality. Sub-zero-ality. But yeah, where did the problems begin with this series? Well, I do know when George Lucas sold it to Disney. A decision that, you know, he subtly and sometimes not subtly implies that he severely regrets it. But no, it's not something he can actually return. Sometimes I kind of wonder. Sometimes I just kind of wonder how life would be if he never sold it to Disney. Because selling to Disney, like, most of his children were not interested in earning the company, and, you know... Oh, shit.
Sell, sell, sell.
Sell, my pretties! Punch! But yeah, all the problems began when he sold the company to Disney. And, you know, in retrospect, I think it was, you know, way back when, it didn't seem like a bad idea. Because it didn't intend to do any more movies after episode 3. Like, he had plans, but, you know, he didn't intend on making them. He was getting older, and, you know, it didn't help that a lot of people around him just were not interested in earning the company, in getting the company, like, within his family, none of them were really interested in carrying on the legacy. And, you know, he was getting older. He was trying to get a little. He was starting to get a little bit concerned of where will Star Wars be after he's gone. And he kind of wanted to, you know, leave it in the hands of someone he could trust, and that would keep the franchise going, maybe even like decades after his death. Because we gotta accept that a lot of these filmmakers aren't young anymore. They're pretty old, and, you know, they're not gonna be around forever, and they at least want their creation to be around forever, or at least as long as they can be. It's difficult to imagine a world where, you know, Star Wars is forgotten as a franchise, though sadly I think we're not very far from that reality. But it's very difficult to imagine a world, at least back then, where Star Wars was not the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, there were the prequels, and I kind of missed the times when the prequels were the worst thing to come out of Star Wars.
Hey kid, are you sure this place actually has a combat AI? These pirate dickbags just sound nuts. Get it? Dickbags? Nuts?
Word is, before the bosun went native, he was some kind of AI tech whiz. Not that you'd think it now, he's gone all mum and dad mad. But what do you care? Didn't you just get fired?
And when I march up to Helios with an army of badass robots, I'll be unfired so quickly it'll make Tacitur's pedo mustache spin off his big gross
Pedo
ugly
mustache.
face. Just get the AI core.
Okay.
That was awesome. Okay, core briefing. Smoking hot. Some kind of fur creature has found its way to the food stores. It's reproducing like mad. Kill on sight. Is that a gremlin? The next person to pull a fire alarm to get out of the kitchen duty will be parboiled and served with a light cream sauce. Defiance will not be tolerated. There's again. Again, I really like details like this. They're really funny. Besides, it didn't help that Bob Iger was, you know, kind of egging him on to sell the company. It's like, you know, George, you're not exactly a young stud anymore. I see, I see. You know, and none of your children actually particularly want to get control of the company after you pass away. I see. And nobody likes her movies. I thought it was just the prequels.
We can bring down the force field, blocking your route to, well, me, by jettisoning the main engines. Removing them will really mess up several of the Drakensberg's key systems. I'll quietly talk you through things and update your echo where appropriate. But the bosun's going to throw a lot of his men at you.
Good luck.
No problem. I'm Jack. I can handle it.
First, head to the engine control panel and set the ship's engines to maximum output.
Yep, Jack is just so dead inside. Yeah, I'm Jack, I can handle it. Oh god, why did I take this job? Suddenly nothing seems like it was worth it anymore. But yeah, really some psychological warfare that Bob Iger really played on George Lucas. I personally don't like Bob Iger as a person, as someone, and not even as someone who does as a CEO job. I do feel like his years as CEO of Disney could have been a lot better. Bob Iger is a businessman. He's not really someone who is really there for the creativity and love for the craft. He's just there for the money. And him buying Star Wars and then Fox right afterwards, yeah. It really showed that he really not in for the passion, he's just in for the money. And you know, not that he wasn't always like this. CEO's positions have always been like this to get the money, but I do feel like Bob Iger is just kind of an uncold dick about it. Like, I was gonna say, I legit think that Eisner was a better CEO than him. For as flawed as he was, I do feel like Eisner had his heart in the right place. But that's neither here nor there. Then George Lucas sells the company. Then he does what I think is the second worst decision in the whole thing. He entrusted Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, that Kathleen Kennedy. That Kathleen Kennedy. Like, we're gonna break the glass ceiling, even though the glass ceiling has been shattered already multiple times by multiple more talented people than us. Kathleen Kennedy. The same Kathleen Kennedy is now remaking. Oh, I'm sorry, a sequel, because I don't think there's much of a difference anymore between remakes, sequels nowadays. They're almost up the same thing. It's all sequels that are trying to reboot the series, so you know, you can be for a new generation and stuff like that, because the old generation doesn't matter anymore. They're a bunch of white guys that, you know, in their 40s, so they don't matter anymore.
Nothing, dear. It's all under control. Great. Kid, can you find a way to the flow regulator if you know what that is?
Of course I know. Give me a sec.
Oh shit.
Hollow Jacks out!
I'm there, lady.
There's a yellow button next to the red pipe. Push it.
There you go.
You know what to do, Vault Hunter.
You know, just destroy shit. But yeah, then he did the second worst decision. He entrusted with the worst person imaginable.
What the hell are you doing to my ship, Vault Hunter? And why haven't you dealt with them, my sweet?
Good work, that's done it. Now all you need to do is expose the power stabilizer. I don't understand it, love.
A mí no hablas español.
I mean, I'm so cool.
But yeah, then he trusted the worst person. I already said that I don't like Kathleen Kennedy, and honest to God, this is not even like a me opinion, this is like everyone's opinion in Hollywood. Even those who do not have the guts to admit it. They do not like her. She's bossy and she wants to, you know, send a message, even though this message has been sent multiple times by multiple, much more talented people than her. And when you look at her whole history was, you know, despite wanting to break the male patriarchy or blah blah blah, she kinda really took advantage a lot of said male patriarchy. Because, dude, she basically just leech off of Spielberg and George Lucas for most of their careers. They kinda like said that, oh, she contributed, but did she really?
Hello, Vault-ass pain.
Shoot it and we're almost done.
Warning, ship's engine output at critical level, maggots.
I'll pull your brain out of your ears and dance on your skull with shoes made of acid.
And how are you going to put those shoes on? Honestly, you just blurt out threats without thinking. Good. Initiate the engine jettison sequence.
And then they decided to make a sequel to Star Wars, set after Episode 6. And this is where the problems began. How do you continue a story that has ended up perfectly? Well, simple. The expanded universe found a way.
Jettison, switching to crappy emergency power.
No! My lovely engine!
Well, there it goes.
There. Strictly speaking, you didn't actually need to do that last bit, but I knew it would annoy him, so I thought, why not?
Job well done. You're on your own, Vault Hunter. I've got fresh loot to sort.
Head back to the core system room. We'll take care of the bosun's force field when you get there. The engine shaft's your fastest route.
But wait, we already have sequels to the original trilogy. They're the expanded universe. Oh. Yeah, how do I put this? There is no expanded universe anymore. What? You heard me, there's no more expanded universe. But the expanded universe has been around since the first movie. In the freaking 70s! Yeah, but not anymore, you know? It's just not anymore. Simple like that. But the expanding universe covers so much stuff, expands the universe in ways there is no more expanding universe. But what are we going to replace with? There's so much lore we're just throwing out the window, out of the airlock, to be more precise. Well, we'll just write new, better stuff. But we're just going to be writing the same things. I don't know, change occasionally a few things here and there, so, you know, we can give the people the illusion that this is a different canon.
This ends here. I'm sending in my best man to finish you off. He's called Poop Deck because he kicks so much ass. Get it? Get it? Well, you're gonna. Sweetie pie, open up the door.
Oh my god. He's gonna throw shit at me, ain't he? He will throw me crap. Literally. I'm gonna be crapped on. The only reason you would call someone that is either because you're an idiot or, you know, either you're an idiot or you're disgusting. Oh. It's not that impressive actually. You smelt it, you dealt it. Let me look something here real quick. Yeah, I should just, you know. Yeah, I prefer to keep the benefits, you know. But funny thing, if I hadn't killed them, the door would have just closed and crushed them. That's what's so bizarre. But yeah, the expanded universe gone. Decades worth of writing. Now, I'll be the first to admit, not everything in the expanded universe was great. But by God, there was so much good stuff in it. And all of it, gone. Apparently not canon anymore. And honestly, it was more problem than it was worth it. This whole moon is gonna fall apart at any second.
I mean... Sell! Bury me without that!
Oh. I don't know what happened. It was just kind of like a hiccup there. Okay, let me just check here something real quick. Nope, we're okay, we're just fine. Just a little hiccup there. We're back. We just kinda left for like 1 second or two in there. But yeah. Getting rid of the expanding universe was a huge mistake to me. So much stories you just kinda threw under the bus. Just so you can probably build your own stuff unchallenged. And they're saying it was just, you know, to have a clean slate, to, you know, be for a wider audience who do not have to, you know, read all this stuff for stuff to make sense. But here's the thing, Star Wars never needed for you to read the expanding universe for stuff to make sense. It feels like literally that they wanted to make a sequel trilogy, but oh no, there is already a story set after Return of the Jedi, so they're like, okay, we control the brand, this shit ain't canon anymore. We're gonna make a new better canon with okay, we can say blackjacks, but it's gonna be intersectional politics. Yeah, that's a good one. It's gonna be a better one, you'll see. We're gonna make a lot of money. Well, and she was right at first. The Force Awakens sold really well, and we suckers were brought into the frying pan. We actually bought the hype, most of us anyway. There's still a few quote-unquote cynical sourpusses who, you know, who actually brought good points, but, you know, we're just so happy to have new Star Wars movies and to pretend that they were going to be better than the prequels that, you know, we just didn't listen. I wish we would have listened. I wish what could have been like if The Force Awakens was kind of a bomb. Makes me wonder if we could have evolved The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. I mean, maybe not, but one can wonder, you know? And you know, even the problems have begun already at the concept of the sequel trilogy. Because you know, the sequel trilogy was not doomed as a concept. It could have worked. But there's just so many things that could have worked, but it didn't. There's so many good things that could have worked, but they never did. But the concept wasn't necessarily bad.
Command room now.
But you know, the whole stuff with...
Know what, Vault Hunter? I want you to reach me. I want you to have my boot. My real one. Not made of acid because I realise now that would be unrealistic. My boot crushing your mangy body to be the last thing you feel.
Better.
Yeah, everything progress.
Citizens of Elpis, you must understand. This measure is necessary.
Okay, come on.
Double friggin' trouble. And the world just got 25% more handsome.
Man, I'm so glad that the cryo element just returns in Borderlands 3. I'm so glad. Because it's a real fun element that I would be very disappointed if it did not return in Borderlands 3. Like, I could be wrong, but I think that slag does not return. It's okay, I guess. People are not the biggest fans of slag, anyway. Cryo actually does what slag does, but actually does pretty much better. But, yeah, pretty much. The The sequel trilogy could have been great, but then they started with some bad concepts, like apparently the order that Luke Skywalker was supposed to have doesn't exist anymore. All the characters are pretty much in the same place, and he seems to have progressed not much because the Empire is still around. And before someone says that the Empire was still around in the expanding universe as well, you must understand one thing. The Empire was shattered because after Palpatine has been killed, there was obviously going to be a lot of power struggles, and you know, between
Now I'm really pissed off.
How are you now?
Welcome to your death, landlubber.
The boss. Time to grow some. He is in his gamer chair. He must be very powerful.
Double the doubles. Here, this, face. Rudy's the hero. I gotta call my broker, guys.
Yep, just keep shooting me, guys. Or rather, my DG means while I pretty much just build compound interest of your misery. You know, kind of like the bank. I truly am the bank.
You need a sweater? Now you're stuck with that dumb look on your face. Suckers!
Come on.
Jack in!
Goodbye, my sweet.
Naturally, I totally did. Sick idiot.
Didn't give him time to say a proper goodbye. How tragic. But yeah, then the sequel trilogy happened, and then, you know, Star Wars, it's not the best thing anymore. It is funny because the prequels happened, and not even then, you know, we still reach the level that we currently are. I mean, it's honestly sort of impressive. Because look, outside of the Mandalorian and maybe some Clone Wars slash Bad Batch, tell me, who gives a fuck about Star Wars anymore? No one does. Employer of the Month. Oh, not gonna say why he's the Employer of the Month? I'm disappointing you, game.
Skipper's an AI! Well, blow my cotton socks off.
Got it in one, kid. You're sharp. The bosun, aka Keith, used to be an AI tech working for Dahl. He made me into this after he, wasn't exactly a hit with the ladies.
Wow, and super cool. Hey, you don't happen to have a military AI around here, do you?
You're looking at it. I used to be military grade, ran this ship when it meant something, until the bosun reprogrammed me to be his companion. If you want to plug me into something more interesting than this dead ship, I'm all yours. Too many terrible memories here.
What? The hot chick's actually an ex-military AI reprogrammed to be some geek's fake girlfriend? Sold. Grab the lovely lady and get going. We've got some friggin' robots to build.
Yeah. Have a robot army, man.
I'm ready. Yank me.
That sounded better in your head, believe me.
Guess.
Jack, Lilith here. Good news is we found an old doll robot factory, abandoned for the most part. We'll echo the Vault Hunter. Bad news is the scabs living there do not like us.
Hey, that's awesome. Apart from the you being shot at part, of course. Great work.
Thanks. We'll be in touch once we dealt with these guys. It's gonna be harder than it sounds.
Hello, this thing working? Vault Hunter, you gotta get that factory's production line running again.
I know the factory he's talking about. I can help you navigate it. First, you'll need to catch a train.
We need to catch a ride, you mean? Ah, finally I have a new slot to enjoy myself. That sounded wrong. I am very sorry, my audience. Okay, let me look something real quick. Maybe I'll take this along. Why not?
Looks like an old Drakensberg data device. That's well juicy. Not that I'm monitoring your activities or nothing. Find a console to plug it into. Maybe it'll tell us something interesting. Looks like someone snuck a secret room into the Drakensberg, and it's marked on this map. Wonder if anyone else found it. Uploading the coordinates to your Echo.
Okay, actually I'm going to Concordia first, and then we're gonna do this mission. I'm gonna drop some weapons into the grinder, see what I get. Because I am a disgusting hoarder, but not in this playthrough. I am one in my regular playthrough, don't worry. Okay. Let's see.
Give me something to grind here, soldier.
Watch, she's gonna start complaining in like 3 fucking seconds.
Insert 3 items if you want to grind at this machine.
I know, just stop complaining. Let's see what we get.
Grind sequence initiated. Fortune smiles on you, soldier.
It's 11. It's like... It actually kind of blows. I'm in level 16. My weapon should be around level...
Get this out of the way. Yes, most of my merchandise was ripped from the hands of dead adventurers.
Ah, that's lively, Marcus.
This grinder is ready for use.
Is it now?
Unless you give me 3, you get nothing, soldier.
Good day, sir.
Feed 3 items, soldier.
Feed deep into my soul.
Grinder processing now. You lucked out, soldier.
Ah. This might be interesting. Let's see.
Grinder on duty.
It's so good not having any personal attachment to any of these weapons.
Give me 3 items, soldier. Grind feed completed.
Mine!
Save some luck for the battlefield, soldier. Give me something to grind here, soldier.
I will. I will give you all the grinding grinds. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Give him something good. Game.
Now that
Smiles
is
on
pretty.
you, soldier.
Ah. I mean, is it good? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know, man. I just kind of do this. Is it good? I actually got a decent fire rate. Maybe this might work.
Grinder technology is trademark protected.
That's good to know. I was being kind of sarcastic. I don't really care.
Grinder activating now. Fate turns in your favor, soldier. Give me something.
It's funny because I was never a big fan of the grinder, but now that I'm kind of forcing myself to use it, I'm like,
Insert 3 items if you want to grind at this machine.
please shut up. I'll do it. Just stop forcing me to be who you want me to be, Dad.
Grind about to commence. That's a best result item, soldier.
Hey, not crappy loot.
I agree, actually.
Dull grinders. You find it, we grind it.
And you then,
Nothing at this rate, soldier.
smite it? I don't know. I mean,
Insert 3 items.
this
if
could
you want
actually
to
not
grind
be
at
a
this
good
machine.
grind, but let's see. I'm not using too many of these type of weapons anyway. Oh shit, I forgot to press grind. I mean, it's not great, but, you know, I think it could have been worse. Here's the thing, I don't really limit myself with Hyperion weapons, so we're just gonna have to keep investing in this. Okay, let me see. Let me look around. Look around if I find any more guns. Maybe, you know, maybe I could find some good stuff to use for the grinder. But yeah, we were already getting like
Someone killed the Merif before I had a chance.
Oh.
What? Holy! Don't tell no one I was ill.
Let me see my pistols. I haven't been getting a lot of pistols lately. Yeah. Not very good, I say. Like, who knows? Maybe we can get some good stuff from it. But then episode 7 came out. It seemed good at the time. Because, you know, we did not want to judge much. Because, like, you know, maybe it's flaws, you know, we don't have the whole story. But then the next one came out, and then that's when shit hit the fan. Like, I can legit say that Disney Star Wars has a before and after, and that's before The Last Jedi and after The Last Jedi. And holy guacamole. People fucking hated The Last Jedi. And because people fucking hated The Last Jedi, of course journalists think it's the best thing since sliced bread. Because, you know, journalists be like that. Because journalists always were synonymous with being whores. The whole message that it's saying that, you know, nothing on the past matters and that you should reject the past, which is very hypocritical coming from this company who is constantly jerks off nostalgia. Again, rather sending mixed messages in there. Like, are we supposed to, you know, say, oh yeah, that's a good thing, or, you know, no, that's a bad thing? Because I really don't know who I'm supposed to take the side of. Besides, it doesn't help that the director is quite of a man-child who constantly likes to try to own fans and stuff like that and say that all their expectations suck and what he did is the best thing ever. It's that type of arrogance that I think that, you know, is really one of the factors that have really screwed over.
Welcome to the money zone.
That have really screwed over this brand. It's really missed the time when Star Wars meant something. Besides, you know, corporate arrogance and just this unlikable tone of hostility. Because even, you know, when the prequels were not liked, at least people could agree that still had good memes, but not even the sequel trailer have too many good memes. Besides, I almost feel like it's trying to be more funny sometimes than the prequels were, but it kind of fails miserably. Does anyone remember the "oh my god, they fly now" joke from Rise of Skywalker? Christ.
Good at looking after himself. Nina.
It's just such an absurd. What were they thinking? Did they seriously think that lines like that would be like, oh, you know, we love it? No, we don't. But then again, by the time the Rise of Skywalker happened, I think that Disney has since already accepted that Episode 9 was going to undersell. They just kind of threw back on JJ's head on the hope that he could somehow fix this mess. But honest to God, I don't think he could. Don't get me wrong, I think he technically started this mess with the Force Awakens, but you know, once they realized that nostalgia baiting was not gonna work this time, because you know, the next director kind of decided to go the other extreme and say that, you know, all this nostalgia pandering is pointless, kill the past, except, you know, when I'm referencing the past, because when I do it's okay, blah blah blah.
There will be a
Because when I do it's okay, blah blah blah. There's a claptrap here. Oh. Besides, it didn't help that, well, it doesn't help that Lucasfilms constantly is motivating this hostility with the fans. That's saying that if they don't like it, constantly berate and insult them and write articles about how they're the worst type of people imaginable. Not even the prequels had this sort of reaction. Usually, Lucasfilm just kept the...
I completed a challenge? I mean, yeah, go me! Woo!
Usually, the prequels just... well, didn't like it, okay, let's keep mostly quiet about it and, you know, only comment when it's fitting. But every time that you say you like these movies, you are insulted, at least by someone. And it's just enraging, because you don't even know me. How can you feel in position to cast judge about me? And these people casting judge about you are the most like quote unquote love and tolerance people in existence. They're gonna say, "Oh, accept those different from you," but they are the first ones who are going to tell you to go fuck yourself and burn in hell if you have a different opinion, be it political, ideological, or even fandom. And these are the type of people that Lucasfilms are constantly pandering to. These people that I refuse to believe don't suffer from some sort of mental illness. And hell, a lot of times they do actually suffer from mental illness. Wait. Weren't you supposed to be cleaning out that Dala robot making facility?
Interesting.
Okay, I guess. Harder work, I see.
All gonna work out just fine.
Hard at work. They're the best.
Dull grinder, ready for service. 3 items, soldier.
I know. These are the same type of people who are gonna call you a horrible person for, you know, believing that, who knows, maybe Indiana Jones might be kind of a... Indiana Jones 5 might be kind of a problem. Like, excuse us for believing that, you know, maybe we should be mindful and maybe realize that maybe it's best to keep this franchise in peace. Instead of trying to milk money out of a story that has already been told. Like, please, man, just let Indiana Jones just retire in peace. I'm really constantly trying to bring these aged heroes back just so we can just rub it in how old they are.
I picked up an old distress signal in the Outlands. Someone...
I'm sorry, Jenny. I just legit don't care about your missions. I'm just doing it just for the XP. No offense.
Help, but maybe there's bonds of salvage out there
Instead, uploading the coords to your Echo device now. Bet I'm not the only one hearing beacons. With all the ships that rained out the skies during the Krakening, well, there was a lot of distress and not much...
If you dare to say, you know, maybe Indiana Jones might be in kind of a problem because, you know, it's not looking good. Steven Spielberg is barely involved. George Lucas, not even. And look, we gotta accept the fact. Harrison Ford is 78 years old. He's not gonna get any younger. I do feel like in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, we were kind of lucky that Harrison Ford was still, yeah, barely young enough where he could still possibly do these feats. But nowadays, I don't know what people really expect.
You stay right there, mister.
Like, he's 70, guys. He's... Accept that he... For Christ's sake, accept that he's not a young stud anymore, and that's okay. Oh wait, you cannot really make money out of, you know... Our retired heroes. I don't know. I'm like the new Indiana Jones movie, Indiana 5. I am seriously getting some Terminator Dark Fate flashbacks from it because the director kind of lashed out at the fans and they're bringing back actors who, I'm sorry, we really should accept that they are getting too old for these roles. And, you know, it's fine being old. But the story does not adapt to their age. I actually would have preferred a story that acted more self-aware. They know these actors are young anymore. At most what you get is just some passing comment, but it's like, oh, I'm not so young anymore, or my organic skin has aged. But why are you constantly putting these actors here? Why instead of making us remember these characters when they're young in their prime, why are you putting them in these situations where we're constantly reminded that they're old? Ah, shit.
So yeah, see that? Giant laser trying to smash the moon to pieces? That thought there.
Impending. Jack here, the real one.
Ah, come on.
Let's not do that again.
Going through.
And the world just got 25% more hands on it. Big hero. 1%, suckers!
What do you mean?
Crap, I'm
And I'm seriously feeling like we're just retreading old territory here. like we had, of course, a new diverse crowd, bringing, of course, an aged actor, because you know we can't accept that these guys are getting old and just letting them age in peace. We need to constantly just remind them how old and decrepit they're starting to look. It's like that's why a lot of actors kind of prefer to die young, because they rather be remembered that way. But then again, I'm not gonna act like they're like particularly innocent in the matter, because they couldn't just say no. I'm just gonna assume that these companies just pay them a comical amount of money to return. It's Disney, of course they have all that money to spend. It's gonna take centuries of bad decisions for them to waste all their MCU money.
Greetings, adventurer. I, Cosmo Wishbone, polymath extraordinaire, require your brutish assistance. I intend to bless this moon with music of my own composition.
To do so on the grand scale, I shall send a satellite into orbit. To this ends, I have built a rocket. Almost. Help me complete it and you will become part of my story. Interested?
To complete the rocket, I require several
key items, and will reward you handsomely for their procurement. First, go forth and fetch me a flow regulator. I have provided your Echo device with the location of just such an item. A flow regulator will help control Excelsior's throttle. And apologies about the noisy neighbors. I could have done this myself, of course. I'm known to be a highly proficient warrior with a gun. But I'm in the middle of applying the finishing touches to my latest exploration into sound, in A minor. And it needs to be ready in time for the satellite launch.
And besides, I'm not very good with a gun, but you know, I'm not gonna say that. Don't want to hurt my precious ego.
Warning, oxygen levels at half.
But yeah, why we keep bringing these aged stars just to, you know, instead of celebrating them, just constantly bringing them down. It's really sad, actually. I also get the same vibes from Star Trek Picard. Yeah, we're gonna get a second season of it because why the hell not? I can think of many reasons why not, but you know, it's not like we're gonna be heard. If you say if it's a bad idea, you're gonna be probably called names on social media. It's kind of like, why do we constantly reward failure? Because that's the vibe I think I'm getting nowadays. We constantly, and I'm not gonna say that never happened, but nowadays we are rewarding failure more than ever. There is no anymore like shut the fuck up. There is only like the fans are wrong and what we're doing is the best. I almost feel like, you know, the people that back in high school they made these abstract deep projects. I almost feel like the people that were bullying in high school got these high-paying positions and now are using this these franchises to not only send their message but to destroy what their bullies loved.
Small burning.
Oh, my bull is like Star Wars? Well, you can bet that I'm going to become a director. I am going to get the chair in the Star Wars movie, and I'm going to destroy Star Wars. Maybe it's a little bit cartoonish what I'm saying, but there are some real spiteful people out there. I'm going to get a high-paying position because of probably nepotism.
sort of Jack.
I'm sort of Jack.
Rudy's a hero.
I mean, you're not gonna say anyone that's gonna say that Alien Resurrection was this subversive masterpiece, and anybody who disagrees is a straight-white male, because we live in a joke world where apparently that's an insult now. Again, switch white to any other race and watch the hypocrisy ensue. I'm just saying that before. Movies sucked, and that's it. But nowadays, movies suck, and you gotta throw a political excuse about it. These nerds who lives in their mom's basement, they just simply didn't get your superior vision. And keeping on the subject, did anyone see the leaks about Indiana Jones 5? Like, yeah, we're entering into the leaks zone. And before I say, oh, there are leaks. Well, there are leaks, but in my days, leaks have rarely been proven wrong. Of course, that they're gonna pretend no, but I remember how there are like all these leaks about Terminator Dark Fate, and then suddenly we started being leaked images, and oh look, it was exactly how the leaks said. So you know what? I'm tired of leaks turning out to be true. Okay, because that's the truth. Almost all of them, they're turning out to be goddamn true. Fuck. Come on, come on.
This station hasn't been fully operational in a long time, but I can get it running again. There'll be a console around here somewhere. Get me to it and I'll do the rest.
But apparently the Indiana Jones leaks are like horrifying, because apparently, remember how people hated aliens in Kingdom the Crystal Skull? Apparently we're going to something that is maybe not as stupid, or more, depending how you see it. But it's still stupid either way. But here it goes. Are you ready? We're going to have time travel. Oh my fucking god, we're going there. Look, I was not a big fan when they introduced time travel. Or, you know, they're gonna say it's not time travel, but, you know, it pretty much was time travel in Endgame. I do feel like it was kind of a cheap excuse to try to fix everything, but, you know what, it was the last movie. I was willing to, like, let that pass, but boy. Indiana Jones. I just don't think that fits. I'm gonna probably be called a horrible person for saying that. But yeah, Indiana Jones is gonna be in the college, old and decrepit, because you know, people nowadays can, creators nowadays really can't help themselves but to constantly rub the ancientness of these icons on our face, almost like it's mocking the fans of this series. Ah, shit. Well, found a glitch. Game freaks out. Poor Stingray. I have to put the whole. Gonna have to put the poor thing out of its misery. I'm not in the mood, guys.
I mean,
yeah, we're gonna have, of course, a strong independent woman. It's gonna be the 60s, I think, and apparently we're gonna have the Nazis as a villain again. You know, I'm not a big fan of Indiana Jones 4, but I will applaud them for just not using Nazis again in the movie. They actually tried to change some stuff up. Besides, I'm showing communists as evil nowadays. That would never happen. Maybe because the I don't know. Maybe a certain country with communist ideals might be paying most of the buck of that's coming towards Disney these days. I don't know.
oh, I just gave into some money.
So yeah, we're back to Nazis. And now, apparently there's still an artifact that with a ritual can travel through time. Now it's moments like this where I'm so fucking glad that there will never, ever be another Back to the Future movie. Like sequel, especially reboot. I'm just so glad. Because there's a franchise that I really hope the rests in peace. Because as long as the creators were still alive, there will never be another one. And I'm so glad for that. But don't worry, the moment that these creators kick the bucket, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be seeing Back to the Future reboot or something like that. I just really hope that most of the cast is probably dead when that happens.
Oh, I just gave into some money.
But don't worry, just gonna recast any everybody, or you know, just use CG, because apparently we can just bring the dead back to life with CGI. That wasn't fucking creepy in Rogue One. Despite me enjoying Rogue One for the most part. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say I like Rogue One, but you know, retrospect, you know, giving Disney that type of power to just use their black CG magic to bring all these dead actors back to life. Yeah. And apparently, Indiana Jones and of course the female character, as long as the Nazis, are going to go back in time and meet young Indiana Jones.
Dad, they're back again.
Oh, I get to kill your dad again.
Guts and let little nappy kids decorate his room with them.
Daddy got sleepy back bulbos.
Your parents are dead, kid. And I'll be here to kill them again. But, yeah, really wish I could tell I was wrong, but I'm rarely wrong about these things. And they are going to meet Indiana Jones, and apparently, according to the leaks, there are like two endings being considered. One where both young Indiana Jones and old Indiana Jones die, and the female character pretty much steals their hat and kinda implies that she's gonna be the new Indiana Jones. And I'm just like, no, you're not. You're never gonna be Indiana Jones. In fact, almost never I'll accept anything after The Last Crusade as being canon. That's the point, man. It's gonna be The Last Jedi all over again. It's like, I'm just saying, Indiana Jones 5 is gonna be the Last Jedi of Indiana Jones. That's inevitable at this point. Because we're gonna have opinions, and of course we're gonna be called horrible people for having these shit opinions. It's almost how it always is. But yeah, people are just gonna be like, yeah, maybe Indiana Jones 4 was not so bad. It's gonna be like the stuff in the prequels all over again. Just gonna look at these movies and say, you know what? And you know, something that I can't imagine South Park ever doing. Remember when they said, when they have like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg raping the shit out of Indiana Jones because of Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? I almost feel like slapping the shit out of the South Park creators now. I can't recall their names, but I almost feel like slapping the shit out of them now because they don't know how bad things will get someday. One day, things are gonna get so fucking bad. And something tells me that they're not going to show Mickey Mouse raping Indiana Jones. Just saying, guys. Don't think that Disney will ever do that. No, I'm not saying like South Park will ever do that. Because you don't fuck with Disney nowadays. Just guys, like at this point, you should just be glad that you can actually own an intellectual property, and Disney just won't like throw a giant sack of money on your lap and just say, "Everything you own, it's mine now, bitch."
There's a job I've got what needs doing. Is treasure your thing? Well, this could be your lucky day. I reckon we're about to hit the big time. I've got my mitts on an echo what says there's a treasure map in Outlands Canyon. Could be nothing, but I'm a dreamer, me. Grab that shovel, head over there, and see if you can dig up that map.
The map to Skywalker.
Ace! I'm sending some coordinates to your echo. Head out, and I'll give you a bit of a chin wag to fill you in. Whoa, this is gonna be lovely jubbly.
But yeah, Indiana Jones will fucking suck. Well, if I'm wrong, I am wrong. But, oh boy, I personally don't think that the leaks are true, at least not the endings. Because, you know, old Indiana Jones meeting young Indiana Jones? Yeah, you know what, maybe it's not that bad of a concept, maybe that could work. But, you know, there's no bad concept, there's no good concept that cannot be butchered with a bad execution. Kind of feel like they can, like, kind of butcher both old Indiana Jones and the young one. As if to say, like, Indiana Jones, even in the past, was a bad thing. Because we're just so desperate to just pretend that the heroes of yesterday are awful people. Like Luke Skywalker is inefficient, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is old now. He's not the physical powerhouse that he used to be. Like, why are we just so obsessed in doing that with our heroes? Like, nowadays we don't really make new heroes, we just like to deconstruct the ones that came before, showing them as a bunch of losers. And ironically, the people who have these ideas are losers themselves. Seriously, talk to them, like online, you're gonna see these people are fucking losers. There are people that are fucking losers and they're going to discount. And they're going to discount to the rest of the world about it. It's like, when you cannot create, you will just destroy. Oh yeah, did I mention that Indiana Jones 5 has good old Catholic Kennedy into the mix? Yep. Because, you know, not content with killing Star Wars, now she's gonna go after Indiana Jones. Because, why the fuck not? You know, it's almost like Catholic Kennedy is on a revenge quest to kill as much of George Lucas and Steven Spielberg's work as humanly possible.
That's right where my flipping map was meant to be. Ask that dodgy-looking geezer about it.
You're after the map that was buried here, aren't you? Well, I dug it up, took a look, then flushed that load of Kragan manure down the dunny. Don't worry, I did the moon a favour.
He flushed the map down the loo? I ain't giving up. It'll end up at the research facility garbage dump nearby. If you get your skates on, maybe you can find it.
I guess, but you're paying the dry cleaning bill.
Yeah. Just think of the riches if it does lead somewhere. Updating your echo now.
Yeah, Pickle's kind of annoying.
Oh, that ain't our flipping treasure map. Keep digging. That ain't no use to us. Looks like we got to bend our back some. Not afraid of a bit of hard work now, are we?
Warning, no atmosphere detected.
There's gonna be a monster, isn't it? Fucking knew it.
Don't sound so good.
No shit. Oh fuck, it's a Thrasher. I did not miss these guys.
Get in there, my son. We've got a treasure map. When the coordinates hit your echo, we're good as gold. X marks the spot, doesn't it? Gold jewels, loads of bling. We're gonna be minted.
No more slip-ups losing the location of my treasure trove. I marked it with an X on my treasure map. Really hope no one else finds this. That would ruin everything.
Huh.
Maybe old Rabbit Adams wasn't the Jimmy Dick face they say he was. I reckon getting off Elpis before the crackling was smart. That was a frightening time, that was. Old Moon coming apart like a rotten egg. Everyone lost someone, including me.
Aww. Oh, there's the X.
Hey, is that it? A heap of rocks? Oh, I get it. We gotta go through them. I know. I bet there's some bang sticks at the Hydro What's-It station. A nifty bit of fingersmithing there, and we can be back here in a jiffy.
Ah, shit.
Welcome to the money zone.
The money zone.
Suckers!
But yeah, I do feel like this is I do feel like taking a break here from now. So thank you also for watching my videos and streams. I appreciate each one of you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Hank out.